we're back with Indian economic development, and in this, we're going to talk about at the time of independence, what was the state of our major economic sectors? So, tell me what would be the major economic sectors? Yes, you're right, agriculture, industry, then you're going to talk about trade, the infrastructure, the occupational structure, the demographic structure. So that's what. So right now we will take up agriculture in this particular session right now. Just go through this. Just keep an eye while I'm talking. Look here because then you can, then it keeps you pegged. I mean, so that you know what's going on. आपको पता होता है कि मैंने क्या पढ़ाना है इसमें आज के इस वीडियो में. So, talking about the state of major economic sectors, let's take a state of agriculture. Agriculture indeed was backward and there was stagnation also there. But why? What were the causes? Like, there could be that low production and productivity. Production क्या होता है? Total output. और productivity क्या होती है? It refers to output per hectare of land. Or both, production as well as productivity, both were found to be extremely low on the eve of independence. And then we also talk about that we were exploited, the Indians were exploited by the zamindars. We've heard enough stories about Lagan. Regardless of the economic conditions of the cultivators, जो भी उनकी condition होती थी, they had to pay it. So they got indebted. कर्जे में रहते थे ये लोग. And so then talking about, so since it didn't really matter to them what was going beyond the lagan, beyond the rent, they were really not bothered. The zamindars were not bothered as to the progress that was being made. So they didn't care about modernizing agriculture. So they let them go with the outdated use of old outdated techniques of production. Irrigation facilities were not developed. So it was said that agriculture was a gamble to the monsoon. Gamble to the monsoon मतलब जिस साल अच्छा पानी अच्छी बारिश आ गई, गुड प्रोडक्शन हो जाती थी, जब नहीं आती थी तो नहीं होती थी. So then this we would say they were really uncertain. And then of course there was this dominance of subsistence farming. Subsistence farming क्या होता है? It is a form of farming in which crops are produced to provide for the basic needs of the family itself. So they didn't have they were not interested in selling it in the market. They used to grow for their own needs. So poverty dominated and backwardness भी थी. पर साथ में देखा गया कि कमर्शलाइजेशन भी शुरू तो हुई थी. There was forced commercialization. Forced commercialization इसलिए थी कि जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इंडिगो पर्टिकुलरली देखा जाए तो सबसे बहुत लोगों को पहले से ही उनको दे दिया जाता था कि भाई आपने ये उगाना है, because it was required in the textile industry in Britain for dyeing या bleaching of the textiles. They were either उनको फोर्स किया जाता था या उनको बोला जाता था कि एडवांस एक्सेप्ट कर लो और इंडिगो उगा लो. तो क्या हुआ कि जो सब्सिस्टेंस फार्मर्स थे ना, दे ऑल्सो were subject to uncertainties of the market. मार्केट का पता ही नहीं चलता था कि क्या होगा, फ़ायदा होगा या नुकसान होगा, कुछ नहीं. कहाँ इंडिगो की ज़रूरत है नहीं है, ठीक है. सो इसका सो व्हाट हैपेंड वाज, कॉन्सिक्वेंस क्या हो गया कि जो एक्चुअल टिलर्स थे इतने कर्जे में पड़ गए कि लैंडलेस लेबरर्स बन गए. फार्मर्स वे फोर्स्ड टू ग्रो कमर्शियल क्रॉप्स फ्रॉम ट्रेडिशनल क्रॉप्स. ऐसा हुआ तो क्या हुआ. सो बहुत सारा ये कॉन्सिक्वेंस एक हुआ ना कि they became landless, they couldn't go anywhere. they were because there was a lack of alternative occupation, and landlord tenant relations were not good. So that was the state of agriculture. So that was the state of agriculture when the British, on the eve of independence.